welcome to our 216th episode of Guerrilla Radio. Closer and closer to 219. Looks like that will be like regional week, so we could.
I got some things in the works with my boy Bill Hawkins. We're talking about possibly doing a little live show. I said I'll just bring my whole laptop set up, get some Wi-Fi hooked up. We'll be good, man.
Nice. Just get the. How many four-timers can we get? Can we get the Surtis brothers? Can we get Howe and?
I think we get. I mean, Alex and those guys are busy, man. I don't know. That'd be more like Bill. I think the scary thing is what if we do the show and no one even shows up? That would be.
Just give them the link. Talk about that. I mean, it'll be regional week, so it won't be too strong of a week right after sectional. So we could. I mean, that's usually a slower weekend. Need to bring in. I'll have to start planning that this week. Actually, next week, because next week's the last week of rankings. 1 week left of the regular season. Can you believe it?
No, I feel like it just started, honestly. I'm pretty, I don't know. It's gone good, though. I think it's been a good season. It's been a fast season.
Yeah. This is kind of that weird area of a lot of teams are done, but then about half of them are still doing their conference tournaments this weekend. So you still have about half of them are wrestling. I was kind of surprised. We did the article on all the significant matches from last week, and there are over 300 significant matches. So that's a pretty good week of wrestling.
Yeah, a really good week. I mean, there was a lot of good wrestling in the region, just statewide. I keep meaning to tell Coach Bradbury and Hawkins, I said, man, I feel like we should move the Lake County tournament to the last weekend of the season because it falls on the Team State weekend. I mean, obviously Team State's been on different weekends, but with Hanover hosted Hanover, Munster, Hobart. I don't know if CP would go. Lowell, those teams are all Lake County teams that I like to see there. So
yeah, it'd be good to have that as the last event since all the teams over in that area have their conferences.
Yeah, I think we were talking off air. I know load management's coming to Indiana wrestling. There's a lot of guys getting sat the last couple of weeks across the state. This isn't that one person. I'm sure someone's gonna text me bro, I can't believe you called us out. But a lot of people sitting guys and not wrestling, and maybe they'll sit for the Lake County if we get that last week. But I don't know.
Yeah, you have the option to sit them, or you have the option to wrestle and probably help a seat out at sectional, especially or get some good experience. I always like having I like having this weekend off just because you're able to have a free weekend before section 4 straight weeks of wrestling. Previously we would be wrestling every weekend for 7 weeks, and that's always tough. But yeah, I mean, I understand both sides of it as far as giving a weekend off, enjoying.
And Hobart used to run the Gary Burkhart this weekend. I don't know if they still do that or not, but that used to be a pretty good tournament with obviously in Hobart. The Hobart was in there, and Mishawaka used to be there, and Portage. I think Munster was there at one point. So
yeah, that was always a real good one, especially late for you're thinking people are going to take the weekend to take the weekend off, and that was always a pretty good one. I don't think they have that anymore.
I thought they kind of not that they I don't want to say they phased it out because I think it was just probably one of those things that didn't fit into their schedule the way it was,
Yeah. So, last week, got some good matches coming up this week. Last week we had some decent matches. I was going to see if there are any results in some of these duels. Brian Colley and Warren Central wrestled.
I was wondering if we had comments.
Yes, no one's. Someone has a name as Indiana Matt fan. That's pretty good. I like that.
That's my brother.
It's Rocco's name.
No, I think you're right. I think modern day is gonna be really good. I mean, Modern Day is good right now. Like I don't want to say like they're not scary for the next couple of years, but I think they're really good right now.
Yeah, Modern Day is going to be pretty good. We've had a sponsor for a while there, Vargo.
I had another person ask if they could sponsor. I said, we're with the CWA right now, boys.
Yeah. So yeah, last weekend, I'm just looking at some of them. Columbus East beat Bloomington South, got a little revenge from Team State in the semifinals.
Yeah, that was a good duel.
35. Kind of same not too many different results. I'd have to go look what the different results were, but first 7 matches went to Bloomington South. The last 7 went to Columbus East.
I think Bill's talking to the owner of Backcourt. I think we're gonna try to have it there, get some steak sandwiches.
Nice. Man, I might have to make it over that weekend, that episode. Did Yorktown and Belmont wrestle last week? No, they did not. Either that or they're not. People aren't reporting their results, which is fairly good. I had a lot of conferences last week, and some of them are doing duels now, which is kind of funky.
Yeah,
with us.
Yeah. I don't know if saying that you're a problem is giving you a big head, but definitely not a bad show. Show. I watched it.
So, yeah, like the Conference Indiana was all duels. Bloomington South over Terre Haute South and North, and Bloomington North and Columbus North. So that was, yeah, it's just weird seeing the duels as conference. A couple other one of my favorites is the Hoosier Heritage Conference.
That was a good day. Also, some guys sitting in that tournament.
Yes. Yeah, they had you have Delta, Mount Vernon, Newcastle, Greenfield Central, New Pal, Yorktown. Always some really good matches there. Let's see. Match results for the finals. Kay Jackson over Blake Doss. Reed Wicker over Ty Barnhart. No one wrestling at 126.
You ain't wrong, bro. You're not wrong.
Yes. Jensen Boyd over Eli Brody. Tech Fall.
That was Jensen Boyd's wrestling really well.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously rankings wise, I thought Jensen Boyd was going to win, but the distance in the match, the spread, I would not have picked the Tech Fall.
Yeah. Tylen Thrine won his 4th title. Pretty impressive. He's kind of been overshadowed by a lot of guys. I think he's really good. And hopefully I like to see him wrestle in college. I'm hoping that's what he chooses. I know he's a pretty good football player, but he would be a great 141 in college.
So I agree.
So Gunnar Butt over Aiden Farnell. And Aiden Flowers won. Pretty tough freshman from Newcastle, 65. Isaiah Jones over Nathan Schaefer. Colin Wetzel over Tristan Lanham.
Man, that Schaefer and Jones match, I think it's gone back and forth a couple times. It's a good match.
Yeah. Catfish, Tech Fall. Just putting up those big numbers. Not pinning any guys anymore. He's just going to Tech Fall them. I'm excited to see Catfish in the state series.
I think heavyweight in general, just kind of look at the rankings today, it's going to be a good weight.
Yeah, that's always a who won that, by the way? Who won the team score? Assuming Delta did. Or no, not Delta. There's New Pal. Yeah, New Pal won pretty heavily. But yeah, that's going to be heavyweight's going to be fun to watch at the state. I think, and I guess I didn't realize that Hayden Smith had beaten. He beat Hazlett last time they wrestled at Full South State. Yeah, according to a source I know that may or may not look similar to me. So,
what Freestyle State this year?
Yeah, this past year I believe. Let me see. I'm trying to. I will tell you exactly. Oh man, There's a lot of Hayden Smiths. Should have gone the other one way. Let's go to a different name. There we go.
We talk about the Hoosiers win the national championship. I felt like, and I like Miami. I thought Miami was playing a little dirty.
Yeah, they were. They were playing a little dirty. Let's see.
But that's how I like my Hurricanes, talking a little trash, walking on the edge.
It was at must have been
Keep going.
24.
I know Catfish basically won everything this past cycle because he beat Hartle Road there.
Yeah, I'm trying to see where Smith wrestled.
And I wouldn't. Did Smith wrestle at Freestyle State? I know he was injured, right before semi-state. That's a pretty quick turnaround.
At one of the states, at least what I was told, but 23, 24. I don't know. I'll have to go look, but Hayden Smith's pretty good, so that should be a good heavyweight should be pretty good.
Truth, Carson Beck doing Carson Beck things at the end. That's true.
Yeah. So they ESPN asked us not to go live last night. Since I'm employed by ESPN. I graciously agreed. I wanted to be Matt side at NCAs, so that's why we didn't go last night. So just so you guys know, and IU won. That's good. Good for Indiana.
It is.
Signetti kind of has blown up the ways of coaching in the NIL and transfer portal eras. So people have to rethink of how they do things, which is kind of crazy. And it's kind of fun to see IU relevant.
Well, Joe doesn't work for ESPN. That's not made up.
No.
We could have went. Just kind of, going to cut that wrestling chunk out of there. Tell you guys to miss all the comments. Is that what we really want?
Yeah. So, other events last week.
I got to announce 2 events. I did Hanover Central Lowell on Wednesday, and some bumping around. Lowell comes out on top. I didn't get to see the 3 number 1s wrestle. We got new number 1 at 126. And then Saturday at the NCC. So, some good matches there. I think everything pretty much went according to ranking, except for at 120, Deshaun Thomas looked really good. He majored Nash Burke. I was told that it wasn't in our notable wins post. So
it was in the notable wins, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It just wasn't as a top 10.
So I thought that that was a good day. We can go back and listen to the broadcast. I thought it went pretty smooth. DAC is always a tough one around here. Some good matches there. Yeah, Eric Thomas, Tajon Newell, Luke Reed. It was interesting to see, kind of like what we were saying, load management. There were some guys missing at NCC that I know Hanover's had some guys for injury. I know Hobart had some guys out. I didn't get a chance to ask Coach Johansson why his guys were out. Not that he would have told me anyways. But it looked like some of the guys at 6, they didn't have anybody at 6 for Crown Point.
That's interesting.
Crown Point went out to Chicago. Lowell. Went out to Chicago and wrestled Mount Carmel. Will look like a pretty good duel.
Yeah, that's always a good duel.
John Hook, we did know that because it's actually going to be on Thursday, its own show.
Yes, we will have a recap on Thursday. So you can tune in there. You get to see my smiling face twice. Mike is not going to be on, as far as we know. Sam Howard wins state, Tylen Thorne wins state, Kill Bonenberger.
I like to think we're a little bit tuned in, but hey, man, maybe we're not as tuned in as I thought we were. But yeah, look, girls, they look like it went really well.
Yeah,
a lot of champs, a lot of 4-time champs. Would they have 2 or 3?
It was Bastaic and Mo, so 2, I believe.
2,
and a couple others that are on track for 3 for them. So yeah, pretty neat to see, and it sounds like it's going to continue. The quality is getting there, and the depth's going to be there. So We'll talk about that more on Thursday, but DAC Westfall over Aruda.
Over Cruz. You could just say Cruz.
Cruz.
Yeah, Sammy seems like he has
Oweda. I can never pronounce it right. It takes me like 3 times. So
Wow. They yeah, I think Sammy Westfall just kind of had his number. He like Cruz has done well against probably 99% of everybody else except for Westfall. I think he's beat him the last 2 times they've wrestled, maybe the last 3 times they've wrestled. So we'll have another new number 1 in the semi-state. New semi-state rankings coming out tomorrow. A couple new number 1, maybe just one.
You have to go look at him. Ethan Alvarez over Jacob Powers. Max Kiro down at 126 too over.
I thought there was 2 guys that dropped. I thought that were pretty significant, and Kiros is one. I think Kiros on the next actual ranking, the state ranking update, will probably be top 5. I know he had a win over Hackaday, freshman sophomore state. He's pretty good. Shout out to Jake Hackaday getting a debut in the Big Ten Network.
Yes, yeah, that's a big match, and I mean he wrestled well from what I saw, and I'm just more impressed that he's back on the mat after having surgery. Early March, and he's back. Actually wrestling in live matches and stuff now, so that's awesome to see he's getting some matches in, and they're. I think they might have, because of you can get 5 dates as a freshman. I think that's huge to be able to, I won't say rush him back, but that gives him a little more incentive to come back now. And I don't know what's going on with Hardy. Maybe their load management, but
it happened in the NBA.
Yep. So that'd be good to see him get some good matches and get his feet wet a little bit while still having a red shirt to use.
Yeah, I mean, and like obviously it's like I'm saying there's a joke, load management, because of the NBA stuff, but I mean this is a time of year where guys are injured and sick. Sickness is going around. So, but hopefully you get it out of the system.
Yeah. So, who was the other guy that you said dropped down that
came out? Troy West Hendricks kid, Brownsburg kid. Yep.
Oh, okay. I saw he was I saw that one on the significant wins that he was down too. That stuck out to me.
Also went down to 26, so
making it interesting there. So
yeah, 26 is gonna be a good weight.
I'll send Eric the link right now.
Definitely, I think 26 is one of those weights, and I like Noel. He's number 1, but I think there's, that's a weight that can be ran every other weekend and have a different outcome. Like there's a lot of really good guys there that are pretty close, and just kind of run it. Like there's not like a clear number 1. Kind of like 75. I think 75 is similar.
Yeah. Those are going to be 2 of the weights that are going to be more exciting to watch, because everyone's going to have their favorites, and it's going to be more regional bias. Like everyone's like, man, I've seen this guy. He's been just killing it all year. And then you're like, but what about this guy? This is the guy I've been seeing all year. So it's going to be interesting seeing who picks their favorites there. So, yeah.
I think sometimes, like it's easy to like you fall in love with the area. Like we always say it for the state, right? Like we always get a lot of people that are, oh man, like this guy from Indiana is going to go out and win nationals. Like, well, there's a guy, Bo Bassett, he's really good. And we talk about it like Iron Man, right? Like you see some of the top guys in Indiana, and they're not out there just dog walking everybody. And I think people are surprised, but it's a deep state, and I think that's a good thing. I think a lot of the weights are really good. Going to 30 this year, it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. I mean, some spots obviously there's some difficult picks, but there's a lot of like depth at a lot of those weight classes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you're looking, I mean, even just doing the preseason rankings, when you're looking at 12, 14 guys of state experience that are ranked, and it's like, man, not all these guys are probably going to make it a state, let alone not all these guys are going to place. these guys have state medals that are going to be be done Friday night.
I think we got like someone posted we're starting to do the state picks. And what do we have? 6 returning champs. I mean, I still count Dickman in it, but with Thrine is also and Shutley a returning champ. The former champs, not like returning champs.
Yeah,
we got 6 in the field. Like, what do you think the over and under of 5.5 is? You think we go 5 returners, 5 guys that already have titles winning?
Ooh. I'd go under just because.
Yeah, I think I would take the under too.
Yeah.
How many winning the title, I think, gives you a little bit of an edge. Like, minus injuries, I don't know what anyone's health is, and I'm not asking. And even I did, I wouldn't come out here and be like, bro, breaking news, Joe got a hurt leg, and I don't do that. But I think when you have that many champs returning, obviously there's going to be some guys that are already taking losses. Ducking's taking an in-state loss. Gibbs has taken an in-state loss. Parker Reynolds taking an in-state loss. Shutley's a champ. He's taking an in-state loss. Thrine's taking an in-state loss. So, and it sounds like Hayden Smith at some point beat Hazlett at ISWA somewhere. Where your twins from?
4, 5, 6. There's 7. 7. So 7 returning state champs.
So if you did, let's say 5.5. 5.5, you'd go under?
Ooh, let's see. Ducking's 1. That's one I'd say. Ducking and Bell are both pretty good shots, but they're also not totally guaranteed.
Yeah.
Rio probably, I'd say. Very good shot of winning, but I think he's about a 90% chance. Gibbs, I'm gonna say that's a really low. There's one that I can say Gibbs is pretty low, not repeating. Staples, ooh, man. I'm right at that edge of where, with a couple of them, it's like, ooh, the chances are, that's the right spot to put it, because there's a couple in there that are not 100%. Well, I guess because Shutley's in there. So Shutley and Bell, one of those aren't going to win it.
Yeah, and that was a 1-point match or 1 takedown match at Center Grove. Rio and Schaefer was an overtime match at Mater Dei, and obviously Rio rebounded and got a major after that. But
so hold on, I can't count right. 3, 4, 5.
Do we still bet
about Brian? But yeah, 5.5 still. I'm probably going under. I think that's. That'd be the safe one, but I'm not confident. I'm confident in So, but it could easily be. It could be blown out of the waters as far as going over, because, Ducking's done pretty well against Brown. He's Bell's pretty darn
Which
good.
Is crazy, because I thought Brown used to kind of be his kryptonite a little bit, and Bridge used to be Brown's kryptonite. And remember, they had this triangle, but Ducking's kind of turned the corner on that, right?
Yeah.
Alex Brown's going to break some Avon news.
Uh-oh. Thrine, I can see. Thrine is no slouch. He gave Stanley everything he could handle. If he wins, I'm not going to be totally. I'm not going to be shocked.
1-point match there, also 1 takedown match.
Yeah, 12-9. Obviously, Gibbs doesn't look good in that position. Staples, you have Kincaid, Beck, Bauman. Obviously, Staples is a heavy favorite. And then Hazlett's a heavy favorite, but at the same time, you got Catfish, you have Hayden Smith, you have Hartleroad, who's a Greco national champion. You can't.
He kind of he pulled away a little bit at Al Smith, but at IPO, it was really close.
Yeah. and they're going to be wrestling at. There's going to be wrestling at regional and semi-state. So you're going to wrestle that same guy, and New Prairie coaching staff's going to get their guy ready. They're going to make adjustments and try to figure something out, and they've already seen him once, so they're going to try to do it. Isaiah Coleman from Leo, kind of under the radar. He's a big dude, and he can. You never know what happens at heavyweight, and obviously with Hazlett being a little bit smaller of a heavyweight, you get that big, strong guy, and you just make one wrong move. It's going to be hard to get off your back. But so it could be. It's going to be interesting. Tony Brooks, who's had a lot of success, he's had success against Hazlett 4-2 match.
Yeah,
so, and you got Diesel. Can't count out Diesel.
Nope. So, and I think Tony Brooks and Hazlett have had a lot of those matches growing up.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it's going to be fun. Heavyweight's going to be fun. Definitely don't leave before heavyweight, the heavyweight finals match or any of the heavyweight matches. I think there's a lot of guys that they wrestle fun styles. It's not a boring.
Dude, I think Hazlett hit a boot scoot in the finals at the NCC.
Nice. Yeah.
But then I also see him throw up I'm glad that he took the time to go throw up in a trash can, because if he threw up on the mat, it'd have been terrible. It'd have been like a little precursor, like in the movie Stand By Me, when they're having the pie eating contest. He would have thrown up. I would have thrown up. The guy next to me would have thrown up.
Yeah. So, so that'd be a good one to put on the board. We need some kind of ways of getting some non-gambling, type, but also like where would you rate these things? Because it's always interesting to see, like, 5.5 that's right in that wheelhouse of, I don't know where I want to stake my claim. Where's it safer to go? But so yeah.
Eric Thomas taking all taking all bets. I got squares, man. You want to buy some squares? We'll do a board right now. Unless the police are listening, and we're just doing it for play money.
Nice. So, any other matches at the DAC? Reed over Newell. Shepard won. Bustamante. Grayson Strickland over Ben Clark. Griffin. I'm glad they fixed his name on Crown Points roster. It used to be Griffin V.
Yeah. Hazlett, Harder Road, Brooks, all in the same regional. So the percentages to hit guards are pretty high. And yes. Josh Diaz, those guys are going to be chance possibly coming out of the other regionals.
Yeah.
Tough crowd, man.
Yeah. That's one of those weights that we'll talk about that as we get to regional and stuff, like some of the potential death draws. And that's one that's, when the brackets come out, I think a lot of people are going to be looking at to see where, you could have 2 semifinalists, 100 in the ticket round.
Yeah.
Yeah. The small human has bedtime. It's 10 o'clock here. So the small human, he's worn out from Cubs convention. Probably not though. Mid-state conference. You have Franklin, Plainfield. That's always a good, pretty solid conference.
Evansville will not. I find that hard to believe. Evansville will not be nice to people. That's a nice area, man. Those guys are so nice, accommodating. We did state there. They were so friendly.
I think he means the draws.
No, I like my prediction better.
Yeah.
All right. Next one.
The Mid-State Conference. Kellen Sheff over Malachi Martin.
Man, I actually had a complaint, and I don't know who to take it to. But why do we have? I understand we're a Hoosier state, and the Hoosiers just won a national championship. But why has every conference got to be a Hoosier something?
I don't know, because they're not very original in naming things.
Yeah.
The Hoosier North, Hoosier Crossroads, the Hoosier Conference. They must have got in early because everyone probably wants that name.
Yeah, dude. It was I was like trying to find all these matches, and I'm like, man, I'm done.
Hoosier Hills, Hoosier Legends. That's like a newer conference. Yeah, there is the new conference, the Monin Athletic Conference, which I didn't know that was a conference, so I was doing some stuff. Hoosier Heritage, so Northeast Hoosier. Oh, there used to be the Northeast Hoosier Conference, but that disbanded. Well,
Bro.
6 teams left. They just left 2 teams, and they're still Carroll and Homestead. I think they're still holding that together.
When I lived in Illinois, we'd visit, and I always see that IU sign and everyone's hat and whatever. And I did for the longest time. I thought it was a cactus. I thought there was a cactus, and I was like, "There's not even cactuses in Indiana. Why do they keep having these cactuses?" And it took me so long until like I seen an IU hat and I seen the stitching. I was like, "Oh, it's an I and a U." That makes a lot more sense than a cactus.
Oh, nice. Now I always the newer logo, the newer IU logo looks like the USB symbol. If you look at it right, like, man, that looks like a USB symbol. So IU needs to get away from that. Yeah. So MEC the Mid-State Conference. Kyle Riley over John Vaughn. Keegan Yoking. Let's see. I'm trying to think of some. Micah Tante over Nate Day. Cam Summers over Malachi Johnson as a medical forfeit. Corey Fuller over Brent Woodlock from Mooresville. Valor over Godwise.
Yeah.
By pin. So that's I think Godwise just got number 1 in the Newcastle semi-state, so that shouldn't hurt him there. But
it looked like Floor really handled the match. Godwise got a takedown, escape. Floor went underneath, got an escape. Godwise got an escape. Floor got a takedown. Godwise got an escape, takedown, 2 near fall, and a fall. So it was 10-5 at the time of the fall.
Nice. Yeah.
Good win for Floor.
Yeah. Any other big ones? Oh yeah, where's the Hoosier? Is it the Heritage? No, it's not Hoosier. It's
which Hoosiers conference are you guys in, Alex Johns?
Hoosier Crossroads.
The Hoosier Crossroads Conference.
Yep. That by far, yes. Any word on why Crown Points 106 did not? No.
I didn't ask, but I figured like give Louis the week off. But I was surprised that South didn't wrestle. They have a pretty good backup.
Yeah. So no word on that. Usually we don't get too many words on that, and if we do, it's not worth sharing because usually. So the Hoosier Crossroads Conference is a pretty good conference.
What's the crossroad that runs through the Hoosiers? Is it I-65? I
guess so.
And what road's like 74? Is it 74 and I-65? That's the crossroads?
It's I-69.
I-69.
Yes. So Huddleston was the 2 seed. He beat Nolan Cup at 106. Charlie Head.
Yeah, good win for Charlie Head over Noah Gals twice.
Yeah. So
he was part of my list of. I know we didn't really cover the JV state stuff, but I feel like if we're gonna do it, great for those guys, right?
Yeah,
dude, perfect. Take a break from the cut. I think that's very smart. I think that if we're doing a JV state, like you have to have guys like Charlie Head there. Like Charlie Head's a backup to the number 1 ranked guy in the state. The 13 is really good. Also, they both have the last name Head. I'm assuming that they're related.
It's head it's pronounced head like the body part, right?
Like the body part. That's how in the so he has a sense of humor. But I feel like if you're doing a JV state, you need those guys there, right? Like you need the guys that have stepped in these varsity lineups, and I don't know. I kind of feel like freshman, sophomore state kind of goes like that. I know there's a lot of varsity guys in there too, but you see a lot of those backups that are able to jump in there. Thank you, Jeremy Carver.
We don't want to assume too many things, do we?
But I think if you're doing a JV state, like I understand, and I seen my boy Paul Maldonado posted like how many states do we need? We need a 1A and 2A state, and a freshman sophomore state, and a JV state, and like the north part of I-65 state and the south part of I-65. Like I don't know if we need all that. A middle school state and an elementary's dual state, and like it's a lot of state. But I think if we're gonna do like a real JV state one, you should like probably understand you're probably gonna need qualifiers for that.
Yeah.
Like middle school state. And then go from there. But I think you need those top guys there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's you gotta get everyone to buy in, and I don't know how many I know I obviously the JV state thing had some issues, and you got to get buy-in from people. And it's kind of just as a coach, you want to keep your JV kids interested in stuff, but at the same time, you're focusing on sport team varsity guys that are going to be wrestling the state series, whether it's conference events or your last whatever events. That it's hard to stay totally focused on those JV kids at this time of the year. I just know that this is really when you start going a little bit more individualized with those guys that are going to be running through the state series. So,
and I think I ran a list off, and dude, I thought I would kind of go from there and expand, but I really didn't. But I think I gave like 6 or 7 names of guys that I think that, and not that I think that Austin Reed is trying to go compete for a JV state title. He's got a state medal. He's pretty good. He's just in an unfortunate circumstance, but like you'd be hard pressed to tell me that there's a heavyweight that would beat him at the JV level in the state, right? I would be willing to bet he's probably he's definitely a top 16 in my opinion in the state. Like we're not ranking 2 guys, but Austin Reed's probably a top 16 guy. If you were able to enter 2 wrestlers for in that weight class for Crown Point. Tough regional, but
yeah. So back to the Hoosier Crossroads. Trayvon Ducking over Braden Head over MJ Heilman, or Mark, as some people call him. And then Heilman lost to Andrew Elmore from Zionsville in the consolations. So a good win there. 120, Case Bridge over Deacon Gibbs. Gibbs, freshman, stepped in at 120 for Brownsburg. So that was a good.
So for like all my Gibbs, like all my stuff that I said for Gibbs about JV State, like also applied to Deacon Gibbs too.
Yes. 126, Ryan Hockaday over Brody Weimer. Weimer over Brady Miller. A lot of people we know in that one, in that bracket. It's like a friends bracket. You don't want anyone to lose. 132, Nate Rio over Richard Rogers. Rogers over Nicolite. Nicolite beat Lucas Day. And then Lucas Day beat Nicolite for third. So lots of rematches.
That's a good weight though at 32. Yeah. I mean, Haraski lost to Ingram. I know Haraski's been in the rankings. Lucas Day, Nicolite, Rio, and Rogers. I mean, champ, medalist.
Jackson Ingram, I think, has a profile too. Humberg has a profile.
Yeah, Humberg's had some good wins. That's a good weight right there.
Yeah. That's a weight that, as a coach, you're like, man, this guy's pretty solid, had a good year, and yeah, we're hoping that we place at it. Gels over Landon Haynes, ultimate tiebreaker. They're going to run that back a few times before the end of the season.
Yep.
So that's the classic Brownsburg Avon, where they're going to wrestle 15 times, and it's one of those where the guy that loses, they'll get one. They usually get one, and then makes things always interesting. And then you're like, oh, they're going to win the rest of them. But then the guy that wins them all wins them. Braylon Reynolds over his former teammate Cash Mays. Mays over Chef and tiebreakers. So, Mays having a real good year at Zionsville. Tommy Gibbs over Chase Klein. Klein over Fennessy. 157. Parker Reynolds over Tyler Sandusky. Franklin Central. Sandusky having a good year for them.
Switching over, he went back and see some of his old regional friends.
Yes, and thanking himself, he's like, yeah, I think I made a good move. Aiden Kincaid over Griffin Larson, pin in 22 seconds. Obviously, he had places to go.
He's
Larson
a pinner.
over Robbie Leahy. So yeah, another pretty good. I mean, Conan Davis, Hamilton Southeastern. It's been around for. Man, he's only a junior. Jeez, he seems like he's been around forever. Amonte Jordan over Clay Aiken at 175.
Obo, man. Obo. What were they saying? What were those kids saying that were sitting in front of us at the Brownsburg when they were saying he was stalling? Like, you guys don't know Kobo? They kept calling him
Corbin Clay. Oh, jeez.
We know who Joe voted for in season 2 of American Idol.
Corbin Aiken.
It was a big Rube.
Camden Funk coming out of the 4th seed over Jan Tioso Tioa from Noblesville. I'll let Coach Weimer pronounce that name. That's the one I'll let him pronounce. But that's a pretty good weight class, and you have a 4 and an unseeded wrestler make the finals. So,
what, you don't think Big Rube should have won season 2 of American Idol?
So yeah,
you weren't a fan of Sorry for 2004.
I'm sure Vargo is a big Kelly Clarkson fan.
Dude, Kelly Clarkson's got talent though.
215 Julian Burgett over Brody Eichelman.
And so in the original seeding of this, right? Brody Eichelman, I thought was at 190 and then moved to 215. So I was talking with Cameron about that. Like, that was just going to make that a lot tougher weight class. But then he was back up at 215.
That's interesting.
Clay got robbed. Chris Daughtry, I felt, got robbed the year that old boy won it. That was the big robbery.
Yeah. And then heavyweight, another pretty solid weight class. Dace Lago McNeil over AW M. Gallen Van Kirk. Got Grevin Fields was, what was he? He was 5th. Braden Love was 6th. Daniel Jones from Franklin Central and Ryan Dungy.
Speaking truth, bro.
Yeah.
If Kelly Clarkson sings your song, it's her song now. That's how good she is.
I like this guy. So, really good conference there. Lots of great matches.
Yeah, I think that's one of the stronger conferences right now. Like, obviously, you have Avon, Brownsburg, Noblesville, Westfield. We're all at Team State.
Yeah, Zionsville.
Zionsville's tough. Fishers is tough.
Yeah, it's Hamilton Southeastern, Franklin Central. All those teams, even if they're not like state ranked, they always have some really good solid kids in their lineups. So,
do you want to cover the NIC?
Yeah, I was going right to that one. That one came down to the wire, if I recall what I saw correctly. 289.5 New Prairie over Penn to 280, 9 points, which teams in a tournament, that's pretty close.
And I'm sure New Prairie is probably closing with a fall with Hartle Road.
Yes, Hartle Road.
A lot of Penn fans cheering for Sommer there.
Yes. Vince McCoy from South Bend Riley wins Freeze over Roman Marquez. Nathan Scott.
Nick Freeze, new number 1 in the East Chicago Semi-State, 113.
Nice. Aiden Diaz overcoming his father's tutelage. Hopefully he listens more to Harper and Maggart and Beaver than his dad. So,
no love for Elkhart. All right, Vargo.
Man, Vargo hating on the Elkhart. And speaking of another wrestler that shouldn't be listening to his dad, hopefully he listens to his coaches more. Angelo Vargo over Preston Rupert, South Bend Adams.
Did we jump over 32? Shout out to
No.
Colton Nugent, New Prairie. That's a kid that's come along pretty well this season.
Yeah, that's I was gonna let you go over that one. I know he's had some pretty solid wins.
Yeah, wrestled Brady Harper tough in the duel. So good spot for him going into sectionals and regionals. I mean, that's like Crown Point Regional coming out of East Chicago is gonna be brutal. That's a brutal regional.
Yeah, Aiden Fernandez, New Prairie, Tech Fall, Hudson Odell. Yeah, the Aiden Fernandez is pretty good. Wish we'd have been able to see him at like Al Smith and stuff to get a good gauge on where he fits in there.
Well, that makes that 44 weight class at I mean, not to get too far ahead. We'll talk about the 219 show, but that Crown Point Regional would be Luke Reed, Tegan Newell, Aiden Fernandez, Dalton Robson, Carter Hall. That's pretty good. 5. I think there was one more other person in there too that I was like, that's in the mix, and I was like, man, like there's gonna be some pretty good kids staying home.
Yeah. Preston Hammond over Ryan Hall, Jeffrey Hivert over Aiden.
Rematch of that. Hall pinned him in the duel. That was a big swing for Penn.
Yeah, I mean that's if Penn wins that. I mean that's it's a 4 points for a win, 2 points there. So that's if Odell wins just by decision, they win by like half a point, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. My math is correct. So Preston Hammond, Jeffrey Hivert won his 4th NIC title, him and Vinny Freeman. So congrats to them. Winning 4 titles. Matt MJ Staples, he's good. Alessio Retzloff over Brody Ulick. Landon Reynolds over Landon Buck. And then Huddle Road over Kyle Sommer. There to close it out for New Prairie.
And shout out for I mean, I know there's been, and obviously we didn't really cover it, but you can find it anywhere. You can watch Vargo's show and find out about all the bad blood there right now. But shout out for Vinny and Jeffrey for taking the picture with 2 4-timers, not letting that get to them. And I mean, congratulations to those guys.
Yeah, that's always interesting. The conference stuff. I think that kind of gets overlooked a little bit. Maybe I'm personally kind of my last 7 years at Carroll, we didn't have a conference, so it was kind of I never really cared that much at that point. But I know a lot of kids, it's a big deal. A lot of teams, a lot of schools really celebrate conference stuff. Yeah, we definitely need to touch on the Mason, Ohio invite, even though I have to find brackets real quick. But the Hoosier Hills Conference, that was Columbus East, Floyd Central, New Albany. Columbus East won there. There's certainly some good matches there. Let me pull those up.
The Hoosier Hills.
Hunter Pearson, Jack Cavallo over Carter Michaels. Let's see. Any other big see if there's any big Graham Elleringer over Luke Kirshner. That's a good match at 138. Caleb Kirkpatrick over Hunter Bannett.
That's a good win for Kirkpatrick. I know I seen that Triple B was sending me some of the results.
Mm-hmm. Caleb Cooper over Varick Wright. No, any other good matches? Colin McMahon over Spencer Fain, 3-0. Clayton Miller over Christian Gomez from Jennings County. Hank the Tank pinned Elijah Stokes. So that's a good win for Hank the Tank. I know Stokes is pretty good.
When I watched this, Lock Weber of Dublin Kaufman High School and St. Laurent.
Yeah, that came down to the Mason Comet invite.
It's on old track.
They did it on track.
Man, why did in Crown Point did their middle school qualifier on track too?
Well, that's weird. Mason. That's coming dates last week. Let me bring it in. I know
We get a video here.
Mason comment invite. Yeah, there's locked hands towards the end. But let's see. Team results. Because we only care about one team. And that is the Indianapolis Cathedral. Ethan Bayless was third. Tate Laurent had a real close match, went to overtime with Lock Rebel, who's ranked pretty high nationally. It was a locking hands call that sent it to overtime, and then he ended up getting taken down. So
Lock Rebel was the Brecksville champ, which is a pretty good holiday tournament. They claim it to be the oldest holiday tournament.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a good. I mean, I know I got a message about that one. I'm like, Laurent's pretty good. Laurent would have been a top 4 placer if we had any sort of pairing.
Yeah, it was that. I think we talked about it on the last show, maybe the show before that. That the semi-states lined up that way, like East Chicago and Fort Wayne hit on Friday night, and Evansville and Newcastle hit, and I think Evansville and Newcastle were the stronger 2 6s last year.
Oh yeah, Bayless won. I don't know why I said third. You're correct. Carver with a good win over Oliver Lester from Dublin Kaufman. That's a real good win for him. So it seems like he's finally getting used to 120.
I think just adjusting to that weight. I think it's going to be interesting to see. Like we kind of talked about 120, and I know everyone's kind of riding down Bell and Shutley, but it'll be. I think he's going to be in the mix also.
Yep. He will see Shutley tomorrow night.
So
they do. Well, they're supposed to wrestle unless there's load management.
Maybe we get I know. Hey, I've seen that they did some load management against them to get the Perry Meridian. We've seen an unhappy dad, dad post.
Yes, angry father.
That's what we're gonna have to close the show with. From now on, we're gonna have unhappy dad posts.
Yes. So
I think that's what we got to do. Like when we every week we should just get like one unhappy dad, like Facebook, Instagram, and it could be anything. It could be from a match, and we'll be like, so here at 120 pounds, we got unhappy dad.
Yes, we won't mention the name. We'll just read the post. We'll see if you can figure out who it is.
We get those sent to us too. We get screenshots of that.
It'd be pretty easy. We just need to go to Carver's post every week.
Man, I had unhappy dad yesterday too. So unhappy dad doesn't get to watch Indiana Matt anymore. Sad. And unhappy for what? I'm not even sure.
Yeah. Cullen Crowley was back.
Jackson Lavin was fifth. Did we cover? We went right over that.
Yeah, Jackson Lavin 5th, Jacob Gardner 4th. Cullen Crowley is back for Cathedral. That's a good addition to their team. He was 2nd. Brian Thomas was 2nd. Tyler Lavin was 2nd. James Grimmy
is. I know at some point they were saying possibly because Rogers was supposed to come back too. I don't know if he's still injured or not, or if he's with the team or not.
Yeah. He was 7th. Jimmy Pappas was 2nd. Harden was 3rd. How was he? Or 2nd. Sorry, 2nd. Man, I can't read tonight. Lost to Michael Feeney, Dublin Kaufman.
Do you think he's related to Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World?
Possibly.
Do you remember when Mr. Feeney almost wrestled Big Van Vader?
Yes.
Same.
That was a great show. So, yeah. Lazarus was at. He went 0-2. Where did they finish? Team-wise, they were 2nd behind Dublin Kaufman. So they were allowed to enter. They entered 15 kids. Interesting.
Who was the extra?
Their extra was a heavyweight, which was very interesting because though they have a couple of backups down in the lower weights that might be able to. I think they got everyone kind of spread out, maybe.
Yeah.
So anyway, good to see the guys getting that kind of competition. I know I got a couple messages about Laurent and Carver. from an Ohio person saying those are good matches. Good for them. Obviously, they don't have a conference tournament. So this week, should we talk about the Wild Bill? It's kind of like not very wild anymore. Or the Garrett invite. I don't think
I mean, if we want to touch on some matches that happened there, I don't think we need to go through match by match.
Let's see. Medal match. I know there's a good match at heavyweight at the Garrett invite. Coolman over Reynolds. Let's see. Any Carter Field over Paul Woods there. Yeah, the city. You guys conquered the city. Wyatt Mann over Wayne Kokendorfer.
I like to think when they win the city, they put on for the city, you know? They put GC on.
Yes. Constantine, Michigan's there. They had a couple there. They had a kid beat Syria there. And then Bayer Gable beat Dane Pippinger. It was interesting seeing some kids from out of state. Constantine, Michigan's a small school there up in Michigan. That's pretty solid. So this week we do have tomorrow night Roncalli and Cathedral
battle for Catholic supremacy in the city of Indianapolis.
Yes. Had Belmont and Carroll tonight. Belmont did beat Carroll. Came down to the last couple matches. Unfortunately, the bad guys won. I was watching some radio tonight, just so you know, as they say on the radio. Let's see, any other good duels going on? Hopefully, the Cathedral Roncalli match will be streamed tomorrow night.
Yeah, let's get some streaming on that. I mean, I'm not driving to Indianapolis to stream it, but if we know anybody out there, that'd be great.
Yeah. Valpo and Crown Point tomorrow night.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I always feel like this is a tough one. The DAC will finish out their season tomorrow, so like every DAC school wrestles one more, but like it's already locked up. So if you have those guys, like, why would you make them make weight?
Yeah, that's a weird. It's a weird time to have after you already crown your conference champions. And
like if you want Newell to get another run at Reed, maybe they get like. But I mean, those guys practice together all the time. They're both Howe kids.
Yeah. No, that's always a weird one. New Prairie has 2 matches on the schedule. I got to figure out that. Avon Center Grove on Thursday. That should be a good one.
Yeah.
Some preview
in there. Royce Malone and Rio.
Yeah. So then we got some conference. We have the Bob Hassman Super 6, Switzerland County, Franklin Community, Martinsville, Monrovia, Triton Central, and Cloverdale. That's the that's the one that the reason why Hassman always had an event this weekend was because one year his one son got kicked out at conference for a flagrant. I don't know exactly what he did, and he couldn't wrestle at sectional.
I just had
something extra so that they could get an event in. So
I just had the same talk with Cam Hazlett before the finals of the NCC. I said, if you win, you gonna do something crazy. He's like, I don't want him to kick me out. I was like, do you guys wrestle this week? He's like, I don't think so. I was like, yeah, don't do anything crazy.
Yeah, that's a pretty smart thing to do. Yeah, so you got the Allen County Athletic Conference. That's always a good conference. That's on Friday night. Adams Central, Jay County, South Adams. Always a pretty good conference. Used to be better when Garrett was there. The NECC, Garrett will be there. East Side, Prairie Heights, Southern Indiana Athletic Conference, Mater Dei, Jasper, Mater Dei versus the World. Evansville Memorial will be there. The Northeast 8, Belmont, Columbia City, Norwell, New Haven, East Noble, Huntington North, DeKalb, Leo. I wonder if they have brackets for that yet. Nope, they don't. Come on, get some brackets out there. The Summit Athletic Conference for the General Trophy of the General.
Shout out General. Snyder had some good wins this past week.
Yeah, the Snyder has some sneaky good kids. I think they can maybe, they have some kids that, kind of under the radar that could be pose some danger in the state series. Pocket Athletic Conference. They actually wrestle. Not only do they wrestle the 15 duels against each other, they also have a conference tournament running over 6 days. It's bigger than Al Smith. No, that's always a good one. Gibson Southern, Heritage Hills, Mount Vernon Posey, North Posey, Princeton, South Spencer, some other teams in there. South City. And then that's about it.
Girls state duels too, man. Don't
Yeah,
sleep.
girls state duels. Yes, I don't have that on the schedule.
Could we possibly see if Hobart and Crown Point match up? A couple champs going at it.
Yeah, I think I have not. I heard the brackets being drawn. I don't think they didn't have a very good. They were drawing them out of a styrofoam bowl, so the very interesting way of doing it. So
I think that could be an interesting match. If Hobart and Crown Point meet up, Corbella Wesley, who's a really talented freshman, and Ava Strayer. I don't know if they wrestled. I obviously know they haven't wrestled in high school. Both are undefeated, and both kind of dominated their weights.
So there was a duel tonight, and Trayvon Harden of Evansville Bose. The Bose? Bosey?
Cool.
Bose. He defeated Caden Riley of Pike Central 41-35.
That can't be right? That could be a typo.
I mean, that's I believe it's
that's like Big 12
coaches. Someone's racking up some stats. Let's see if it's on the if it's on track yet.
Are you up to bracketing?
No, or USA bracketing, yes. Pike Central, Boosie. Let's see. Event matches. No, nothing's on there yet. Darn it. That has to Ball C. Okay. See, I'm not from the South. I can't pronounce it correctly. Yeah. I mean, I'd assume that's pretty, 41-35. That's a lot. That ref needs a raise for them to put up 76 points.
Give that guy a break. They had to take an intermission.
Did they give the ref a 15-minute breather? Jeez. Yeah. I want to see video of that match. That's what I want to.
I hope I don't ever see the video of it, honestly. I want it to just live imagined.
You just want it to live in your imagination of how that happened. So, yeah. Anything else we want to rant on or rave on today? Since we've only got over an hour, surprisingly. Our pre-show was an hour.
Yeah, no, we had a lot to talk about. Yeah, I think just getting everyone healthy now. Like the team states, the girls' state stuff was really good. I thought the region did really well. I know, like just kind of glancing at results, I was trying to follow along. I know talking with the officials this weekend, they said that there's a dire need for more officials. Just when they're running the girls' state series with the boys' state series, not state series, but the boys' regular season, especially the weekend that they had team state, there was a real need for officials because I think that was a girls' regional weekend too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's a good way to make some extra money. If you're watching, males and females, honestly, I'm sure you see it on the international all the time. You see a lot of female officials.
Yeah, no, and there are a lot more female officials getting into it, and it's a good way, like you said, to make some money, but also stay involved in the sport. And it's, I even doing things like middle school stuff. I did a little bit of middle school stuff here for a little bit, and that money, that was a you could start, it kind of got addicting to a certain level of, man, I'm making another $250 a week,
Someone told me they made just under $9,000 last year doing officiating.
That's not bad, and you can make however much you want, really, as much as you want to work and do it, even middle school wise and things like that.
That is good. That was a long time to get that playback back. But it's not just you. We're gonna do it to different people every week. But I think,
but if it is a slow week, we know where to go.
yeah, and we gotta go to the well. So Chuck Barnett said if you reach out to him before April 1st, I believe, he can get your license fees waived. Possibly, you might want to reach out to him. I don't know. It was cold. I could only hear a little bit, but especially early on in the season when they're not going to throw you to the wolves. They're not going to and maybe you guys want to do like the hardest matches right away. I think getting your feet under you a little bit and doing some easier matches and then working your way up is good. They're not going to be like, hey, here's the finals of the Al Smith of the two best scramblers in the state. Good luck.
Actually, those matches are probably a little bit easier. At times, I watch matches and I'm like, I would much rather ref this match two kids that know what they're doing versus two kids that don't know what they're doing.
Yeah,
it's a weird. Wrestling it's almost easier to ref better matches than it is the lesser the JV, I guess, or middle school type matches where everyone's arms are flailing and you can't is that locking hands? Well, maybe, but yeah. So it's not an easy thing to do, and definitely I know at IPO I'm always trying to bring in younger officials that get experience.
I think the younger ages are probably more aggressive because I think more is riding on that.
Yeah.
At least for baseball and softball, like the younger ages think that with this UCLA deal when they're like 10. Hey, bro, chill out, man.
Yeah.
That dude's out there working a 9 to 5 when he gets out of here. But I think you see a lot of the officials and they're the same officials that they've had for the last probably 20 years, right?
And they are getting younger for some odd reason.
Yeah. And I think that if we can get 5 to 10 new people in every year, I think it'll help alleviate the workload that those guys are having to do too.
Yeah.
So maybe we can we talk about it at the mill all the time is, try to get with the people that have been there for a long time that have gained that knowledge because when they leave, you don't want that knowledge to leave with them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. And, if you need help, contact us and we can point you to the right places. I know there are some scholarships and stuff. I don't know exactly how that works because that kind of changes from year to year, but it's always great to do that. I know I spotted a young official. He's a Penn kid. He wrestles at Indiana Tech when we were at when we went to ISWA State. And he was working with Jeff Colburn, and I'm like, who is that guy? He's a young official that looked like he was, he kind of knew what he had a good match. He had Warner and Kellen Chef, and two kids that know how to scramble and stuff. And he was in good position, held his calls, and I'm like, that kid knows what he's doing. And so I ended up getting him in at IPO. Chris Scott. It's Chris Scott. He's a former Penn wrestler. Does a real good job. I've seen him at a lot of high school events this year. So,
I think especially if you're going there and you're just hanging out, you're paying. Obviously we do the media thing. So, let's say you're paying $10 to get in, or you could be getting paid $200 to have a better seat and be out there.
Yeah, the cool thing about the officials, and this is what I always try to use this pitch to my kids that were that weren't going to really get into coaching, or the kids that didn't quite make it to state or didn't have finish their careers. I go, you can go to state as many times as you want as an official.
Yeah.
There's no limit. You don't have 4 years to get to state as an official. And some of these guys have done 20 some state finals. So,
dude, Brian was a good wrestler too.
Yeah. I didn't like wrestling him because he beat my kid all the time. So, but yes, he was a very good wrestler.
Well, and I think that's the other parts of that too is it's a really cool brotherhood. A lot of those guys, and obviously like anything, you're gonna have some people that are gonna have some riffs, but those guys are getting breakfast before the meets. They're talking shop, and dude, you're gonna have some of these guys that have been there doing it for a long time. You can go pick whoever's brain, and they do, and a lot of those guys are huge fans of the sport. Mm-hmm. And we talk about it I'll talk about Troy. And we're always like, man, we need to get like Jim Watkins and Henry Wilk together and just talk like old wrestling, like old wrestling, older than us. But the story those guys probably have is crazy.
Yeah, no, that's always a good thing, and definitely we always can use more. So encourage your kids, encourage any parents that I know. There's some parents that their kids graduated and they end up getting in the sport. Stay involved because they're like, man, I kind of don't have anything else to do on my November, December, January, so I might as well go ref and make a little bit extra money. That type of stuff. There's always a need, whether it is high school, whether you want to do it for high school or just do it like middle school wise or do youth tournaments, things like that. There's always a need, and I always feel bad when I see these refs that are doing, when I'm going to these elementary duels with my son, I see the high school refs that just put in a long day yesterday. I'm like, man, do you have a day off coming up? They're like, yeah, in 3 weeks.
I'll tell you, and I mean this in the most responsible way. If you're an incoming college student that's not able to drink yet, you know that if you're going to be at college, you're going to be needing a little bit of money. Spend a couple hours, you're done at like 6, you get cash or you get a check, however you get it, like, and then there you go.
Yeah, we did a couple roughing things in college. It's pretty nice. So
I was telling someone said that Coach Watkins wasn't doing much. I was gonna tell Joe we should get one segment a week of just an old story and we clip it. We don't need like an hour, just give us like one cool old story.
We could probably get a hold of him and he can send me we can we can put videos on here and we can start off with the with a 5-minute video of Watkins stories. That actually would be a good idea.
I was thinking just like one like TikTok, just like get it in there real quick, done.
Do you think we could get him in less than a minute?
But like that, we could do this for an extended period of time. Yeah. No, we can cut it though. We can get 5 minutes and cut it if we need to.
Okay, good. So I don't think the stories I've heard from Watkins, I don't think we can fit into reels or I guess TikToks do go more in a minute, but they're definitely not going to be. They're going to be hard to clip because the adjectives he uses to describe and I can tell you this, just the stories I have heard. He is a great storyteller, and you understand the whole environment of the story, whether it matters or not.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. And maybe we can get like different areas, just so it's not just a region. Like maybe we get Watkins one week and someone from the Fort Wayne, like a historian, and then just get like an old story, so we can keep some of that alive too.
Yeah, my favorite Watkins story is the when they had to wrestle Jeremiah Harvey at semi-state. And Jeremiah Harvey from Culver Community, out in the middle of nowhere, and I can't probably I'd like to hear him tell his side of the story, but he's like, oh, so we drove some Culver Community kid. I just figured he's some big hillbilly farm boy, and out walks this big black onyx. He's like, I don't know where they found this kid.
They were going to do like a Coach Watkins, like obviously he retired, and like, you want to come on and tell some stories? Like, man, I'm going to tell you the stories that I have of Coach Watkins probably are not going to be good for the show. He has some good ones too, but there's some knucklehead stories that he has too.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll put that in my notes. We need to get some Watkins stories. We need to get at least one for the 219 episode, right?
Yeah.
So I'll reach out to him, see if he can give us a couple stories. We'll figure out something. We have time. We can record it. We can pre-record it. I don't know if he's a late night owl or not. So
he's an older guy.
Yeah. So what are we ranking tonight? We are going to rank movies.
Mugshots.
What'd you say?
Mugshots. We're going to rank people's mugshots. And then, no, we're not going to rank mugshots.
No.
We'll rank those when we do when state champions start doing the rankings.
Yes. Yes.
We'll do the mugshot rankings right when we get like a state champ to come on and do all 30 rankings for every weight.
Yes.
Since that's how it needs to be ranked.
Yeah. So we have done movies. We're doing movies, our favorite movies. We did do our favorite sports movies. We have done favorite Christmas movies. So Why not? I don't know if any of them will be on mine. I gotta look. Man, that's a lot of. I didn't think this one out. Since we are always planning things, um, we did not plan this very well. So yeah. Do you want to go first? And I need so I can
Yeah, I'll go first.
a little bit.
My first one, I'm gonna start off with a comedy. This is a comedy for me. I really liked it. It's pretty quotable. I seen it a couple times at the theater back in probably like 2003. Old school. Will Ferrell, Vince Vaughn. So
that is a good one. I haven't seen that one for a while. Let's see. So I'm gonna go pretty easy one. Forrest Gump.
I thought you were gonna say Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman. This one's a pretty it's a good movie.
That is a good one.
Yeah, is a good one. Definitely like that one. Man, there's some good ones in here. Yeah, so that's my number 5. You can't go wrong with a good Forrest Gump movie.
I'm going number 4, also a Tom Hanks movie. I'm going Saving Private Ryan.
Another good movie.
Pretty good movie. I was able to take the tour of the Point Break. Probably should have been on there. I didn't get Point Break on. Maybe that'd be honorable mentions.
Yeah. Where do I want to go with? Might as well keep the theme going with a little Tom Hanks.
More Tom Hanks.
What?
Said more Tom Hanks.
Yes, we are. We did not plan this at all. The Green Mile. We're just gonna go all time. Are we just ranking the best Tom Hanks movies?
I don't remember Tom Hanks being in Old School, but I see where you're going here. My next one
made some cameo.
My next one's not a Tom Hanks movie.
Okay.
Go my ahead. Number 3, I'm going Fight Club.
Ooh. What happens at Fight Club stays at Fight Club. Okay. So I'm going to go with, this is one we just watched the other pretty recently, Back to the Future. And the best, like Rocco was watching it with us, and it stressed him out too much because just the anxiety of getting back and forth to the future and messing things up. He didn't even want to watch number 2, even though I think number 2 actually might be the better one. And he's like, no, I can't watch it.
What about when Marty McFly goes back in time and finds out that his mom was out being a hoe? And his dad was a weirdo, peeping in their windows.
Yes. I know. Yeah.
We glanced right over that in the 80s.
Yeah. We forgot about that part. So yes, that was it was pretty funny. He was severely distressed over the movie. So yeah. So yeah, what's
my number 2?
Yeah.
Goodfellas.
Ooh. Is that 2 words?
I think it's just one word. I like Goodfellas. Obviously, there's a couple of Scorsese's I thought about going with, but landing on Goodfellas, just one of those ones, again, like you can watch that anytime it's on. Great soundtrack.
Yeah. That is, yeah. What do I want to pick as my number? My number one. I know who my number one. What my number one is, and it's pretty bad.
It's not. Travis Horn just said one, but I'm not going to say it. It's family's favorite.
Let's see. Trying to think of. I'm gonna go. Do I want to go with that one? No, I'm not that big of a nerd. So it would have been that one. Will be in my.
I know.
I'm gonna go. Even though I know way more about it now than I did when it first came out, Rudy, mainly because that was my nickname in high school.
Rudy Rudiger. I thought
Yeah.
maybe remember the original Rudy Lucas.
Yeah.
Full Metal Jacket's a good one too.
Yeah. Big Notre Dame fan. I know Rudy's not the best person, but yes.
What's the part that like got you? Is when he makes the team, or whenever he gets into college?
Probably like just when he made the team and the last game, all the players came in and gave him said that he can use my jersey, and then even though 90% of that I guess is all made up. And
yeah, I think Dan Devine said that like he was a supporter.
Yes. Yeah. We did do sports movies. We didn't do wrestling.
I'm not gonna put Reversal on my list. When he quits. Remember he wins and he quits?
Yeah.
2 days before he had to make weight.
Yeah.
Not happening. My number one, I like it a lot. I like the director. I'm going Inception.
Nice.
Again, another one. I had to pick a Christopher Nolan. I could have went Dark Knight. I could have went Interstellar. So Wildcats with Goldie.
Yeah. So my number one is going to be very much off the beaten path of the other ones. Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, number one. Actually, I like all of them. But I don't know. In college, we watched it way too much and quoted it way too much, but still gets you every time. Very sophomoric humor. I could make a list of sophomoric humor movies that I like, but yeah. So honorable mentions.
I got like 4 honorable mentions.
Okay.
I'm going Shawshank Redemption. I definitely, that's one that I feel like every time it's on, I catch myself watching it. Usual Suspects, even though Kevin Spacey's been canceled, I still like Usual Suspects. Personal favorite for me, Kevin Smith's Mallrats. Ooh. And a new classic I really like, Whiplash.
Whiplash. Interesting. It's good movie genre. You got lots of genres. I definitely, I didn't want to put it on there because I'm not that big of a Star Wars nerd, but I did like the Star Wars trilogy.
Man, I like the second one, and I wish that my parents would have had more foresight to hold it, like the part where he finds out that Darth Vader is his dad. Like I need to be like in an emotional state. I can't be like 8 watching that. It doesn't have no meaning for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't watch the full series till like I was an adult, like over 30. Because I never really got into it. Definitely that Pulp Fiction was I don't know. That one I like. Pulp Fiction. That was always a good one.
It's a good one.
I'm trying to think of any. I'm looking at the list, see if I'm missing any, because I know I'm missing a lot of them.
Travis Horn said he wants to put 300 on his list and an adult film, but I'm not going to. Adult film, he said. He said he was going to put in the comments, but I told him I don't know if it's worth it.
Oh, geez. I mean, we could do Disney movies, though.
I had a Disney movie in there. We were going on the Tom Hanks too, and I said I'm gonna take it right out.
Yeah, I do like the Toy Story trilogies. I'll put that one on there because those are good. Even though, and they're supposed to be coming out with another one. Those always get you because they have the old, nostalgic toys and stuff, and there's a lot of adult.
Right. And Toy Story number 3, when they're in the pit and they're about to go in there, I almost cried for real.
Yeah. Yes.
Like I thought they were gonna die. I was like, dude, they're gonna do this to me. They're gonna ruin my childhood.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So those will be my three ones. Not bad. I could probably do better if we had a little more preparation, but
I've been prepping for this for weeks. Me and the girls have been talking about it.
So
I think the hard part is like there's like directors I really like obviously I like Spielberg. I like Christopher Nolan. I like Martin Scorsese. I could have went Godfather. Maybe I don't know. I like Godfather 2 better than I like Godfather 1.
Yeah.
I think it's like one of the rare Tombstone's got some good parts. I feel like it's a quotable movie too.
Yeah, definitely like the quotable ones.
We could have went top 5 hood movies. I like Boys in the Hood.
Friday.
Oh man, me and Tony were talking about Paid in Full today. Friday. We were talking about, when Rico gets locked up and he's like, you don't even give up them dudes from DC because when he comes back to Brooklyn, he's still going to be king.
Yeah. Oh, Truman Show. That was a good movie. That's kind of funny. The Truman Show. I don't know. There's some, I'm just like, oh, Jurassic Park. Definitely adding that one. I like Jurassic Park. That's going to my honorable mention.
Man, I feel like
I got moved into the top 5.
I remember watching Jurassic Park like at the movie theater when I was a kid, and I was like in awe. I was like,
yeah,
that was
we went to the place where some of it was filmed in Hawaii.
What was the movie? I know exactly the movie that I saw the most at the movie theater ever. What about you? Like, what did you ever see the movie multiple times?
In the theater, I not like more than maybe twice, and that's maybe an accident, or maybe because friends are. I don't really remember seeing anything too many times.
I saw Training Day 3 times.
Nice.
Because I went on 3 different dates with 3 different girls, and I liked the movie so much. I'm like, nah, bro, we gotta go see Training Day. Obviously, they didn't know about each other.
It wasn't the same day; it was different dates.
Different dates. So, but I really like Training Day. So I wasn't surprised as much, And then I saw Old School 2 times, and then, man, this is the truth. So me and my brother were playing basketball. Well, we still lived in Illinois, but we were home we were at my grandma's for the summer. She lives in Indiana, and there used to be a movie theater across the street from Calumet, and it had like $1 matinees. So these basketball camps, they would run a morning session and an afternoon session. They would drop us off in the morning and give us a couple bucks and be like, hey, we're not coming back for you. So we walk over to sit in the AC at the movie theater, and we probably saw Titanic 5 times.
Oh, jeez.
So I do like Titanic. I'm not afraid. Last Dragon Fire. I saw what is it? The Bruce Leroy, bro.
Yeah. Nice.
But I probably saw Titanic at least 5 times eating popcorn. And I feel like those kids, the workers there at that time probably thought we were like homeless.
Jeez.
Still didn't give us a discount. Two movies though. We didn't see the other movie.
Yeah, well, the bad thing is Titanic was like a 7-hour movie.
Dude, it was a long break, man.
Yeah.
2 VHSs.
Yeah. That's one that it's literally.
You only got to watch the second VHS. Like, you get the whole love. You get the love part, but man, when the boat's sinking, that's the best part, right? Some guys give up their life a couple years ago to go down there to see it. Paid $500K to go see a sunken ship.
Yeah.
Maybe they thought they were going to find the heart of the ocean.
That's awesome. That had to be, man. That's a long movie, and that movie just drags too at times.
I like it.
I mean, yeah, you can. I don't know if kids nowadays could watch it because it's too slow developing. I think we tried watching it like with my daughter the one time, and it was like we were getting bored with it. So yeah.
You ever watch it, bro? That's like one of the first Christopher Nolans. Like they play it, and then they have to play it in reverse, and they play it and play it in reverse.
Yeah.
Like OC was freaking out about it. She was like, bro, like and then they played it in reverse, and she like was snappy. She was pissed.
Nice. So yeah, we need to do a little bit, maybe another movie one. I don't know. With more best movie quotes.
I'm telling you, we can do movie quotes. I'm telling you, we can do hood movies. What's your favorite hood movie?
Friday.
Do you feel like Friday prepares you to go to a hood? You don't have to tuck your chain in, right?
Yeah. Yes.
You didn't steal any boxes from work?
No, I never stole boxes.
Did you like next Friday or Friday after next?
Next Friday. The next Friday was a little bit better, I think. Yeah, that was see. we thought we were cool when we were growing up in the hood of Garrett, watching Friday. Menace to Society, yes. Oh, geez.
Rally, Paid in Full, Boys in the Hood. I watched Pretty Tough Guy cry in Boys in the Hood when Ricky got shot.
What was?
I'm still confused. Why didn't Ricky zigzag? He just thought he could outrun bullets, huh? I mean, I guess if you're watching this, spoiler alert, Ricky don't make it.
So, oh, geez. Hood movies. That would be, yeah, I'm sure we could get some good comments on that one. Would you lose your region card?
Well, you had to throw Live and Die and GI in there. I mean, in too deep. Okay. I mean, I like, and then like Blood in Blood Out. I mean, there's a bunch, man. There's a bunch.
Yeah. So yeah, not bad for a thrown together. We will do. I do want to do wrestling seeing it's like the week of state. I think that'd be good if we can prep it. If you have any ideas for things for that we should rank, that is PG. So try not to get kicked off Facebook or YouTube. But so anything. Catch Me If You Can. That was a good one too.
That's a good one.
I might move that back on my list. I was looking through the list of movies that I saw. I'm like, ooh, that one's a good one.
I try to like mix it up though, Yeah. I try to pick at least one. Like if I was gonna pick a director, I wanted to keep like the similar. Like I didn't want to pick all from the same director. Like obviously, if I picked Saving Private Ryan, I can't pick Catch Me If You Can. You can't do two Spielbergs,
Yeah, I do. I like the.
Man, I've never even had. I've only had one Indiana tenderloin, so maybe I got to find out from my boy and find out where the best Indiana tenderloin's at. Yeah. Nate Spangle, shout out where the best tenderloin's at.
Yeah, he's tasted way more tenderloins than we have.
I didn't know that was an Indiana thing. I had no clue. Someone's like, you ever had the official sandwich of Indiana? And I was like, what, like Italian beef? Like
that's Chicago.
Man, it's like, we're so close.
Yeah, the Tin Caps are minor league baseball team. They have one weekend where they're the Hoosier State Tenderloins.
Lafayette's got the best one. All right,
I heard there's a place like in Huntington or whatever that has a good tenderloin. I don't know. So, yeah, but anyway, anything else we want to talk about tonight? A little bit shorter of an episode, but next week we'll be back on Monday, I believe. Sectional week after that, and looking for brackets.
Yeah.
So getting down into the last, probably two more state rankings, I think.
Ocean 11 was a good one. So, we'll get an update this week, probably Friday. I'll have the East Chicago semi-state rankings out tomorrow. And then we'll have the final rankings. Just make sure there's no like anyone pulling out the brackets, jumping in late,
moving up or down weights,
moving up and down weights. So, and then we'll lock it and we'll go from there. And I said this year, I think like at the regional, probably for the East Chicago regionals, I'm going to do like how it would play out if I just did with the rankings on there. And then I think for semi-state, if we just put it in, like if I put the bracket together with just the seeds, with just the rankings.
Yeah, that'd be. I wish we could somehow seed a little bit of our state series. I definitely would be. I wish there could be some seeding that you could, just even like seed the champions, and then let everyone else fall in how they do.
Especially now that it's so like impactful to the team race, and I know we talked about it before, and I really do think that it's one of those things. Like they're putting out a product now. Like they're putting this on television. Like you want the possibly, now anything can happen. That's why we love the sport. But you possibly want the best matches on Saturday night on Fox, whatever, Indie Fox.
Oh, it's not even on Fox. It's on their channel. They're the only one streaming it on the IGSA TV. So you want that best matchup there under the lights. You should have more reason to do that. To have it on the premier matches should be under the lights, and I mean, you can make it do that as easy as you could. I mean, possible.
I think I think that one would help. I think that it would help for the team race, and I really do think they should draw like out of the hat, like what's the final weight. Like you should have an idea. Like the year was Red and Lee. I think that they should have had that be the last match. If there's a
Yes.
4-time someone going for 4, that should be the last match.
Yeah, yeah. I just
think that that's such a significant thing, and then you have people to be on there.
Yeah. So that's a rant for maybe next week, since it'll be a little bit slower of a week. So we're going to get out of here. Thank you for joining us. Episode 216. So I'll be back Thursday, and I don't think Brandon and I will rank anything. Maybe we'll do a pound for pounds.
Top 5 golf courses in Indiana.
Yes. So anyway, we'll see you next week. Have a good week of wrestling, and